Where are we? Why is everything moving? Why is the building moving? Look at the sky. Oh my God, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's me. Sorry, but Al, I had to use your line. Another thing is, gotta light up my incense, right? Gotta light up my incense. And I gotta put it somewhere where it's sturdy. So, happy birthday. Look, happy birthday to me. I'm the first lemon that was ever born. You can squeeze me and throw me in the ground, and I'm only going to push up looking the same again. But yellow's not so bad. It's the energy of Christ. I will show you that someday of how it works. Right now, I started something that had to do just to find out what is the actual number of the female and what is the actual number of the male. So I came up with two scenarios, okay? And the scenarios go like this, is where the fox is a total of 45. It means one birth. Okay, if it's one birth, is it a female birth or a male birth? How do we calculate the difference? Well, since Beta created with number 23, the number of creation, but that's not her actual number, that's the number placement. God's numbers, he calculates everything then after. This is what Beta does. This is what I do to get Beta. This is what Beta does, and then after. So we figured out the female would be 23, and the male would be 22. So the male says life, and the female says I create. Now we have to have the male, okay, to have the passage, which is the 5 dice. So that 5 dice is the 1 dice with the 4 dice, or number 14. 4 and 1 is 5. Okay, plus the 22 for life, the letter V in the alphabet, equals to man's number as 36. Okay, and female is the same passage, even though they're two different sexes. She gets the number 14, she gets the number 37, which means in the creation world, okay, she can make a birth, the 7 passage. Okay, so anyways, from that, I broke down fox. 6th letter, 15th letter, 24th letter. L, using this two or these two, it's an FO, which means a foe, which means a mistake. You can always put in the E, because 6 and 5 and 5 and 6 go together as the wolf. They're all interchangeable. They work with other letters, okay, just because you don't see them. Look what it works with. It works with Ernie, because the R, okay, is actually, can you see the R over here? It makes the P, the B, the D, and the L. The R, inside the R is a D and a V at the bottom. So you get DVR or RDV or whatever you want to get. But this is what's created with the R. The R is what replaces all the other old corners like the M and the D for a real corner in this world, meaning a living corner that can run and operate the machine without using the machine at all. Eliminating every aspect of what you say is now government will be eliminated by this system right here, system R. It's not my creation. R is the 18th letter. It is also in its own. Okay, 666, all in its own letter. And in its own letter, because there's a DVR in it, okay, forget about the 666. We're just going to use the letters DVR. R and D is 22. And 22, and the V is 22 equals 44. SPACE equals 44, means the square of the square. Means you can run this world and you can run the underworld, making them both run with equality and the goodness of the two hearts. The underworld is another description, is to leave out for now. But not only that, we're going to go back to the Ernie, okay? And Bert, I'm going to hold it up and explain. I know I always jump all over. So Ernie count, okay? The passage is the E. You cannot get into this world without the passage E. It doesn't even have to be said. The I doesn't even have to be said. It's in this world. The O, excuse me for not putting the O in there. Okay? The O is automatic. It's an egg, okay? It's the egg. You see? The 15th letter. And if you look at it, right next to the egg, it says 15O egg. I'm just showing an egg, but it seems to say 150. 150 is 50, 50, 50. 1.5 times in blackjack, and half, half, half. Because that's all we are, is half of everything. Half of everything. What is the reason for that half? Oh boy. because it's the 12 tribes. Okay, the last tribe is us, A, B, C, D, of the lower class, and that's the reason for that. The 15 would be 555, which would be the N, which would be the passage. Ernie, okay, has a count of 56/5/95, which means the spirit of man in this world, of the 5 passage, of the angel, and the percentage of man, whether it's a man or a woman or an animal that comes into this world. At the same time, boy, this is so difficult to explain, but I'm going to try my best. Right up over here, you see I'm supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the 5 looks like an S. So I said, you know what, I'll put the S in all the boxes because the essence of everything is the S. Okay, all these boxes touch this because this is where we live. This is Jupiter inside our heart. SA, spirit angel. SB, spirit beta. Spirit creation. S and D, this is the delta corner. They would call this San Diego. You remember the San Diego Zoo? I'd like to know why it's the San Diego Zoo down there sitting in this position. This is more than a zoo over here. I'd say this would be a zoo, but this is not a zoo. Then you have the SS. Spirit of man, F, 6 number. S and G, Spirit of God, Spirit of heaven. And at the end it says C. But if you look at the C backwards, it looks like 15. The 15th letter is the egg again. 6 man. And this is the 9 parts. This is the 9th position that say birth. So I didn't do it purposely. Just that's the way the things come up that way. Let's see if I can explain to you. Boy. Then there's the Jack, Queen, King. So we have the first 9 numbers. We'd add up to 45, which would be the fox. Then we have Jack, Queen, King. Jack, Queen, King are all used to create the elements. You have 1 to 9. You have the 0 egg expression, or call it 10 if you want. And Jack, Queen, King are how the system works. Because when you create a tic-tac-toe and you get a corner, you put a line this way and a line up, finishing the line from the top. Although it closed here, you're working with the line from the top. So automatically it's a jack. Now if you want to create that X and somebody puts a line straight down the center, an X meaning 1 to 9, 3 to 7 on your phone, and you put a straight line down like you want in tic-tac-toe, well that'll break up the 2 sides of the X and create 2 Ks. And now you have Y2K because you split them up. That's why. So everything you do on the tic-tac-toe or anything to do with life, you're going to get a breakdown of an image there because you always see the lines. We're blinded by the lines. Well, that was a Coke. Cheers. I definitely know that God, okay, the way I see it is God created A, C, D to start. There was no B. The only way the B came around to B, okay, is when a 4th corner was created, creating a square. Okay, and that 4th corner got the actual letter D. There were 2 Ds, but we had to change what they look like. So we outline them, and when you outline them and close them, okay, it becomes a B. Now the same number torn apart to create a new kind of D is by removing what's inside of the D. Okay, you know you make the little I that's inside the D. So you remove those I and you remove the line. You turn it sideways or upside down, it creates the W and the M. So everything is in relation to a different sort of creation because the W would be the 23rd letter. Okay, it'd be, I think it would be the delta, Z, Y, W, no, Z, Y, it's the 23rd letter, 24, 25, 26, 27th, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so the W is the 23rd letter for creation, and the M is the 13th letter. There's a difference of 10. Jack. Why Jack? Because Jack's supposed to be just a 10 card in blackjack. And noted as a 10 card, it means everything in between. It's representing, okay, either the 4 or the 6, because it's a person. So on your keyboard it would be 4 and 6. It couldn't be 1 and it couldn't be 9 and 2, because that's a birth, and beta and birth. So I believe, and once you have Jack, you're talking about 4 and 6. In a, excuse me, in a game, because in this game we only get 1 dice in this game. So the highest you can have is 6, and you need the 4 to make the 10. And there's no other way but 46 and 64 to make that 10. That's the world we live in. The other world, they have 2 dice, okay? They use 2 dice. Each dice, if you add up the numbers, it adds up to 21. If you add up the 3 dice between the 3 worlds, we add up to 63. 63 is the number because it's in the first position. It means the God of this world, should he have been born, was born in the year of ending 1963 and no other number, because the next number wouldn't be till 2200. That is because, because it's a 9. 6 and 3 is a 9. It means the birth of, so it can't be anything else. And the 19 would be the one spirit birth of. So that's why it's the only 2 that would match. 1 and 9 equals to the Jack of the birth of 9, I. The birth of I. The R letter, because 9 and 9 is 18. It's aye, Captain. It's 2 of you. It's not 1 of you, it's 2 of you. Makes you the fox. You become the wolf all alone. But you're not hanging in a pack. Of course, you're always in a pack. You come right out of the deck of cards. So I just want to put this down here, what I just thought of what I just said. 63 equals 3 dice. Okay, and the reason we have death at the end of the dice is because when you play 2 dice of theirs, and how many of yours? The word of a singularity in dice is to die. So in this world, that's, I guess, what it's all about, right? It's all computerized, my friends. Everything has been put down. There's no way that these are all formulas. There's no way that they did this without a formula. It's perfect. Unless that I've remembered it so well and created my own formula that seems to always work, or I'm always satisfied with the numbers that come out. Like I said, in chapter over here in the corner, this, in Spanish, talking in Spanish, it's the 9th corner for the egg. Turn it around, it's 15. The 15th letter is the O for the egg, which equals the 6th man. You got your 69 right here. So, I mean, it's not by any chance that we have bed, which is over here. When you change the D to create the B, it automatically means there's a passage for the secondary world. So now if you want, you can use the E and say bed or a bead or a bed of clams or whatever you want to say, because it all goes with it, depending which situation you're in right now. The moon is supposed to be very, very big tonight. Very bright for some reason, I don't know. Another thing, somebody was showing me something about, now I don't know if I have this right here. Oh, right. The other thing about this is that forgot about this one thing about the R. One of the biggest things about the R, besides it saying 13, is the 2 letters that are inside, right? 2 letters that are inside, D and V, inside here. 26, dog, 26, queen, 62. Oh my, how can I do this? Because of this leg over here, automatically says I can now put it in here, creating the queen out of this letter. How? If you find there are places, just look at the designs where all 4 corners, okay, are cut of a square. That's the queen. She's in the center. She needs a tail that sticks out, that every time it turns around, it sticks into 1, 3, 7, and 9. That's the way she gets around. Otherwise, she can't function. She cannot function with without the implication of the spirit world, the true spirit world. The other thing I was going to show you was, no, this is the ears and how it works with the ears, the underarms, and your neck. But it's here just playing around with words in this one. Do you want to know the truth? Are you going to the telephone booth? Youth. So they're trying to mix us up with those letters UTH. For some reason I don't know. TH also means from 9 to 29. Okay, if I don't find it, I'm still looking for it. Don't go away. Don't go away. Okay, I'm going to use the one I have. Oh well. Okay. Hold it. Okay. There was someone that was on, okay, Jewish fella, and he was talking about Dalit and Hay, and well, I wanted to show you something in this, what Dalit and Hay do. Okay, the Dalit, it's a roof. Okay, it tells you I cover everything. I cover all the corners. Okay, now if you want to add it, it goes 1, 2, 3 is 6, and 6 is 12, and 9 is 21. 21 means it covers everything. The beta world, spirit, this is a delta corner. Now when we take this gimel, the way he designed it, and you put it against the back of a Dalit, okay, they recreate to create the R with the tail on the back, which would be the Yod. See, here's the walking gimel, okay? It's a walking gimel. It's going in one direction. It's like the Y letter upside down with a jack hook neck. Understand? Y, jack hook neck. He's going to capture something. He's going to create. So he goes over to the Dalit. And then after that, if you want, what you do is you just add the line here. I'm just going to add a line in. I put the line in for the Hay. The Hay means this is the 5th corner. It's a fag, okay? It's a fag. It means the 7th corner over here opens up to connect to the next world. It's a fag, okay? It's God because he has to go in the center and everything goes through the center. So he just dashes this line here, 4 and 7 on your telephone, saying that the 4 and 7 with the 1, 4, 6 man is the same as these two numbers. These two numbers here are the numbers of Christ, and reversed, it means the time of man's heaven. And that would be Gimel, Dalit, Hay. 3, 4, and 5. 3 and 4 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. It means creation. Between these 3 letters, you have creation. Dalit, Gimel, okay, they come together. They feed. It's like a feeding tank. Here she is leaning forward. She's leaning forward because she's a person, and then she comes out to be her birth on this side. Because the Jewish calendar and the Jewish ways go one way, and other things go the other way, and God did it that way. What do you want me to tell you to do? Oh, yes, God, you know, for me, I think you should do it this way. We weren't even around when this was here. What would you think? What would you think? I'm lying in my bed right now. What would I think? Why are we here? What would we... And like I said, my best excuse for being here, okay, is because the way I understand it, I learned a new word today, which was alligator, and in there it means gay, tor, God angel, okay, for the communication in the alley cat communication. So the gold happens to be more the communication that we have with God right now, and that's why he didn't want us to worship it, because the only worshiping of any gold we should do is our minds. It's only the mind. If you would tell yourself, okay, life is going to be over in 2 days. Now, what's going to happen? Is it your mind that's going to think, or your arms are going to move all over the place? Hey, arms, what are you doing? How come you're moving? No, you're going to move your arms because of what you're thinking. This is a world to teach you something. But it's not only to teach and to learn. It's we must use it in the next world. Otherwise, there is no other world. You can't get into a door if you don't have the key. And the key is in our mind. You shape it by your thoughts. You never let it go for a minute. Yet when you go to sleep at night, you have all these weird dreams because you're not alone. The Big Bang came and it saw 1,000 dinosaur bones. Hello. Somebody took a shovel and threw the dinosaur's bones on the earth. I want to know what the earth looks like. I want to know if you take the earth all over the world, if you'll ever find anything that seems like it's a dinosaur bone. Okay, I got a couple of more to do. I'm still working on Einstein and weight, metric system, keyboards, whatever you ask, whatever you want, keyboard, piano. I never did the guitar yet, but that's okay. My mind's like a guitar. I'm always strumming away. And then I'd be the drums, I'd be banged out. Oh my God, y'all think I'm crazy anyways, so I'm already banged out. Look at that. I've been banged out and banged out. I'm turning all kinds of colors. Thank God for colors, eh? They're cool, man. Take care, my friends, and be well and be riddance. Be rid of the ants that came marching in. We will stop them, my friends.